I wasn't on the show that we did after the Duke game last year, the last game of last season, which we won that game. So it's been over a year since I've been able to come on with Mark Rogers TV, the voice of college football, and talk about a Florida State win. What are we supposed to do here? What do we do with our hands? What goes on here? Because it's been a while.
There's some type of relief. Relief is what I was. That's what I was noticing from you. What was a bit of relief that this would not be a winless season, at least, or a winless season in the ACC either. In addition to that, there's got to be some level of ecstasy, some joy, some celebration, especially the way the game concluded. It was an extremely, wasn't like it was 48-0.
It only took 30 years for a kick to go our way. So, from our history of wide rights and wide lefts, I think relief is the right word. And we've talked about it. It's a good feeling. It's a good feeling for not just the fans who finally you get that win. We got that first win as a program. It's a good feeling for the players. You know that those players were sick to their stomachs after the loss to Notre Dame, the loss to Jacksonville State, the loss to Louisville. All three close ball games that Florida State, you could argue, had chances, whatnot, to at least be competitive and win those three games right there. It's a sense of relief for the coaching staff. I've been very critical of Mike Norvell. I will still continue to be critical of Mike Norvell. I'll be critical of Mike Norvell after this win because it was not a perfect ball game. That being said, it's very good to get that first win. You just got to get that first win. Now the question, and we'll talk about it over the next hour, is what's next? Is this going to be a building block win, or will there be a stumble? Because there's a heck of a road game coming up in about 4 days.
Yeah, they were showing us indications that regardless of how well they played, regardless of who the opponent was, that they were going to find a way to lose regardless. This is at least a step in the right direction to say, okay, this team handled a game-deciding situation on both offense and defense. They made the right plays and got it done. Now, the level of opponent can be in question. It was also a game at home against that level of opponent. That's probably, what would you say, one of the three worst teams in the ACC?
No, I would say Syracuse. Let's give Syracuse credit. They came into this game 3-1. You could argue about the quality of teams they beat to get those 3 wins. But that being said, we really can't talk much as a Florida State fan base because we have a loss to Jacksonville State. And that's the loss that's going to haunt us. Even if we win all 7 of our remaining games in the schedule and finish the year 8-4, which, just for the record, I don't think is going to happen. Even if that does happen, it's still going to be, but you lost to Jacksonville State. Syracuse came into that game 3-1. They did their job. I think from an aspect, Florida State gave Syracuse a chance. Florida State gave Syracuse plenty of chances, both at the end of the first half and in the fourth quarter, for Syracuse to come in and take that game. And even those of us in the stands were sitting there going, in our section, we're sitting there going, I've seen this play out. I've seen what happens here. I've seen this happen because you saw it happen against Notre Dame. You saw it happen against Jacksonville State in the fourth quarter. So that was the main concern was, is this going to be what happens again? Luckily, like I said, and those of us who grew up in around the Florida State-Miami rivalry, it's a little bit interesting that for the first time in about 3 decades, a kick goes our way and a kick doesn't go Miami's way on the same weekend. So let's embrace it. We'll talk about it for the next hour. But Florida State fans, congratulations. We finally got our first win of the season.